He stacks up. Now, we met our Scots from Glasgow. My dad is English, but we forgave him. I'm born in Canada, so we're all immigrants. Sonnet 146. More of a contemplative, meditative, almost a stoic one. Poor soul, the center of my sinful earth, feeding these rebel powers that thee array, why dost thou pine within and suffer dearth, painting thy outward walls so costly gay? Why so large cost, having so short a lease, dost thou find upon thy fading mansion spend? Shall worms and heritors of this excess eat up thy charge? Is this thy body's end? Then, soul, live thou upon thy servant's loss, and let that pine to aggravate thy store. By terms divine, in selling hours of dross, within be fed, without be rich no more. So shalt thou feed on death that feeds on men, and death, once dead, there's no more dying then. Several jokes at the expense of a certain language last night were made, quite fun. But there's if you can forgive I'll try to keep the story quite short. In Star Trek VI, there was a wonderful line where Chancellor Gorkon says, they're quoting Shakespeare, whatever else, and he says, to be or not to be, Hamlet, etc., etc., and they're all doing these historical quotes and literary quotes and things, and he says, very dryly, you haven't heard Shakespeare until you've heard him in
Klingon.
the original Klingon. Okay? Now, there's a story behind that. I'm pretty sure the writer knew this, but maybe not. I didn't know it. I'm a big history buff, but I did not know this. There's so much to learn. And out of that line sprang so many things in Star Trek culture, in the novels and things like this, that the Klingons were obsessed with Shakespeare, and they really truly believed that Shakespeare was originally Klingon, etc. Lots of fun things. Lots of fun things in there, which is quite delightful. And yet the history of it is that outside of England, the biggest community of Shakespeare lovers in the world very, very early on was Germany. And they had huge Shakespeare festivals and plays like crazy, so that by the time it got to World War I, the Great War, many Germans honestly believed that Shakespeare was German in origin, that he was from Germany. They'd never heard the English translation, didn't know about him. So as the Great War began, Germany in its propaganda, which was propaganda to them not, was talking about the greatness of their culture, and they included the claim that Shakespeare was German. And so Chancellor Gorkon is riffing, ironically, humorously on this, making fun of it, and none of us knew that it was a joke. So here is a sonnet in You follow along, okay? Kuflugras, goed moog reclando, jatlas, schachtortel pacha, goed ram, goed hortel jishai, kufras, kuf mocho, dungoboch, bach kustach, batrachoch, tachbech. That's the tachbech again. Nissedundach. It's ripping my throat out. Choflushu, vaj kelute. Vit moj de fratlish, leerboch. Try that. Leerboch. Try that. Leerboch. Very good, very good. Ngoy moch munka. Elste chuchwit. Oh, no, that's wrong. Elste chuchwit. Bich luchar kufwit. You wouldn't know if I said this wrong. We got something with the hope of the German and the French, but not. I'm being honest. Niteb choch ach mach lach wat tag nash. Chaif roer koch mech shish shoch lach shu. Yes? Yes.
Yeah. It stands.
It stands. Thank you. I'm a tennis master. Best kantach we are das toos lach nesh, chach doch lieds, hoshme hoch, das loch juice. Ach, you look ho, come shusha,
Vash kahach, vash kuvlich, jalubok, vikhum.